Impending Reflections is up next on Behind the Music with Jacqueline Jax. Here's the song. It's called Ghost in the Mist. We'll be right back.
Take a ride, gonna take it to the other side, a dimension of reality, where the beast will set you free. We'll be riding till the break of dawn, just to find the strength to carry on. It's just a ghost in the mist.
Cool song. Gotta love that. Impending Reflections, Ghosts in the Mist on AVA Live Radio. You guys ready to get them up close and personal? Because I am for sure. Welcome to AVA.
How's it going, Jacqueline?
What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
It's awesome. So we've got Emil in the house, Dave, Ryan, John, and Luke. Come on, Luke. Where have you been? Where is he?
Oh, my God. Literally just walked in. Sorry, between class and URI and all that bureaucratic nonsense.
He got in. That's awesome. I love it. You guys, how did you guys come together, and when did you come together? How long has it been?
How long has it been?
2012.
It's an interesting story because Dave and I, we're the older generation in the band. We've been together for, since the 1980s.
Mm-hmm.
And then my son, Ryan, who's now the drummer in the band, he took the sticks away from me. And John is Dave's son. And back in 2012, the kids actually brought up, let's do what they called a generation jam.
Yeah.
And ultimately it clicked, and we were like, wait a minute, maybe we should try to do something here. And we've been just going with the flow ever since.
I love it. That's a great story. And you guys make some awesome music. And can I just say, drums are totally on point. They are great. They are.
Much appreciated.
He's doing a good job. No, it doesn't. He is on point. I'm big on drums because, it gets that energy flowing. So you really, really need to just have that enthusiasm and have that great timing. And you really are on point. So you guys are just You got it all together. What can I say? You guys are doing a great job. Tell me about the song Ghosts in the Mist. I want to know more about it.
Well, long story short, I guess, is a friend of ours, is a friend of mine from junior high going back to 7th grade. He's a published author. He had gone to Marist College and so on and so forth, and that's his big dream. And he has a published comic book called Hellion, and he thought it would be a great idea if we could write some sort of theme song when his first edition came out, probably in 2013, although we didn't get around to writing the song until about 2014. It actually, as we're going through some of the notes on this, I mean, it's proven beneficial to both of us. He's been able to get us so much more exposure in other media outlets, even things like Comic-Con, and it's almost a throwback to the old rock and wrestling connection back from the mid-'80s, with Cyndi Lauper, but on a much smaller scale. But it brought a whole new audience to us, and the exposure's been great, and it's worked well both ways. We made a video for that song back in May of 2015.
I'm watching it right now. Yeah, it is cool. Very, very nice. Who made the video for you?
Actually, a local company, Nova Media Pro, couple of great guys, Jesse and Steve.
Cool. I love seeing everything come out in music video. It really does tell the story. You get to understand a little more of the direction of what you guys meant for us to hear, and what the message was. The comic book thing is something I haven't heard before. Do you get a lot of comic book fans involved in your music?
Like Dave said, this just happened to be just a kind of spur of the moment thing where Jim, who wrote Hellion, brought up the idea.
It's too funny.
I mean, we're kind of, for myself anyway, I can only speak that I enjoy comics, so I thought it'd be a cool idea.
Yeah,
and then even
I would think so.
Even in the music video, Jim, the author, is actually the kind of the leading role with his son in the video.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I see him right there where they're going through the comic books and stuff, and then you guys are playing. It's neat. I love it. I really do. I wonder if people who are big comic book fans are seeing this from you. Like if they know, is there any kind of marketing that you guys are doing around it where you can get those comic book fans, to listen and see the video and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, what we've done actually is Jim also helps us promote with all his fans for his Hellion comic book, and then he's done Boston Comic-Con, and he takes copies of our CD. He helps to promote us at the different comic events. And then at the location where the video was shot, we actually have gone back there on Free Comic Book Day and did live sets in the back where the video was shot. So we've stayed engaged with the comic community.
Nice, yeah.
And it's really,
awesome.
it has helped us to pick up a lot of great fans and the comic, great people. They're just great people.
I love to hear that because I think that you guys have something so unique, and anytime you have something like that where you've shaped out and kind of niched an audience in a way with even just one song. I love seeing a band take advantage of it. You know what I mean? Because it's just one of those things where people will be like, hey, this song is so cool. I totally get it. It's an introduction to the band. They're kind of on my level. They know about the comic stuff. And I love that. I want to see you guys take more advantage of it. Because I didn't really, until we did the pre-interview, I didn't get that story at all. Like I didn't see it actually come together on your social media pages. So try and reflect it in there,
Yeah, definitely. Well, I tell you, when it first came out, we were pushing it and doing it. And we kind of, I don't know, it's like you move on to a different phase after.
Got it. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. I don't disagree with
you. I think we actually missed even possibly a bigger opportunity, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so, too. I think there's more. There's definitely more that you guys can be in there. And the song is... It is and it isn't. And you know what about social media? Let me just tell you, it's really good. And this is something that a lot of people that are in the social media business know. It's great to recycle things because you have new stuff, but then it's also good to reintroduce. And especially on Facebook, if you notice, they kind of go through your timeline and they cherry pick some stuff every day and tell you, you remember this day. It's really good to use the stuff because you don't want to go through this much trouble and then just let it go by and not recycle your posts and recycle these great ideas that you have. Because new people are coming on all the time, and in order to get a nice overview of who you are as a band and where you've come from and what your journey's like, you need to do that in order to get the message out there.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely take that advice.
Yeah, it's cool too. Are you guys
always looking for advice?
Yeah, we don't know everything. Sometimes we think we do.
No problem. That's what I'm here for. So tell me about you guys on stage. What's it like? Where are you playing, and how often do you play?
I mean, I'm new to the band. I can't be. I would like to know just as much. Yeah.
I want to know the answer to that question.
Well, I mean, for us on stage, well, keep in mind, Jacqueline, with the dynamic we have, it really is a family band.
Yeah.
And I just gotta say, being on stage myself, I'm getting used to being a front man. I used to be a drummer, so I'm still kind of adjusting to that.
Right.
But to do this and be on stage and look and see my son behind me, and then my lifelong friend Dave and his son, those are memories no one can ever take away from you. I mean, that's living the dream as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, that's wonderful, yeah.
On stage, we're very energetic. We think that the show portion of a concert or any gig you're playing is just as important as the music when you're out there live.
I agree.
I like to get the crowd engaged and try to tap into, because when you go see a band, you're trying to escape everything and you want to be entertained and have fun. So.
Now that's awesome. That is so awesome and so true. Even when I'm online, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for bands to just entertain me with their social pages and just kind of relax and chill out. Nothing good on TV, so let's go to Facebook and see what's happening. Listen to some music, until my next show goes on.
Yeah.
So tell me how you feel about the music business today. What's your experience with it?
Yeah, and someone else.
Who wants to take it?
I mean, from my experience with it, there's been a divergence recently. You get a lot of buzzwords about the music industry, like record labels, etc. But from what I have been immersed in, really, a lot of it. And it turns out really well. A lot of it there's a DIY element to it. I've been with talking to people from around here and from around Boston. It's a lot of people just setting up their own house shows, renting out a space. It's completely organic. No cover charges or anything. Although there's usually a disclaimer for suggested donations welcome and whatnot.
Right.
But and it could just be because, I'm 21 years young and, haven't really had much experience with the music industry, but that's, from what I understand, it's taken a real sharp turn toward, all right, let's just do it grassroots style, real organic and original. That's my take on it, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I've never seen anything like it, really.
Do you think that the energy is there in your area for what you guys are doing?
Like any local scene, you got your genres that are big, maybe at the moment or at a space and time. We're based out of Providence, and it's more, I think the metal scene is heavier in Rhode Island.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, we seem to be going over well in Massachusetts, actually, where the rock scene seems a little more prevalent.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, but I tell you, we've played a lot of shows in Providence, and the local fan base has been exceptional. I mean, they've really welcomed us, and they're really getting into our stuff, too. So I think we do cross over, but we're definitely not metal, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're certainly not heavy metal. And I think that, we appeal to a certain range of audience that is primarily probably a little bit older than some of our band members, not Emil and I, obviously, but,
I'm not old, by the way.
Yeah, I'm 21 years young, and we're
all right, I look good.
But, it's funny, we're playing in a band, where, three parts of that band have never probably slept out for tickets or never went to the record store to buy their favorite vinyl album, and we have.
I love it. Are you guys thinking about releasing vinyl? Because if that's your fan base and you kind of have a thumbnail print of the age group, vinyl records are really making a huge comeback, and that's a major upsale. A lot of people can make a lot more money by doing the vinyl and have smaller fan bases that are more, concentrated. Have you ever thought of that?
No, actually we haven't, but it's kind of a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, vinyl like that, and it's interesting. Cassettes are actually making some kind of a comeback, but I feel like that's more cool. like a novelty kind of thing. I don't know how.
Well, they said vinyl was going to be a novelty too, and honestly, I know that streaming is big, but since streaming is so free and it's mostly about, for bands to kind of get the music out there, it's not like producing enough revenue. Vinyl is like a limited edition thing. So say you had like a mailing list, you've got a really good age group that would reflect well on a mailing list, and just having them be able to see where you guys are playing and then also get the new music conveniently delivered, to their inbox and be able to upsell like vinyl records or, those limited edition type of pieces, that would be a huge plus for your band and be able to be a little bit different business model for you guys. You know what I mean? The first email
that's totally
telling them you got something new. Right? And then they can download it directly from you guys, or they can purchase or add on a vinyl record, be delivered to their house. That might be a cool thing. Yeah,
that would be pretty.
All right, more money, guys.
Yeah, there you go. Right? Well, you could crowdfund it.
It's about
you could crowdfund it too. That way, you wouldn't have to produce any more than you just sold. If you crowdfund it, you got the sales in first, right? And then just put that back in. And then start it that way. A lot of the business models have that rotation in there so that you don't have to front the money out. And you have all the pieces together. This is what I was saying to the band just before you guys. You have everything it needs. The music is in a great place. The shows are in a great place. Everything is coming together. You guys are getting along. You're producing great music,
Jacqueline, can we hire you as our financial manager?
Everybody wants me to do that. I would love to. I would love to help you guys out. I really would. I just, I'm here for any kind of advice that you need. And I'm sure it can't be that hard if you have a really good plan to map it out, to find somebody that's either a relative or somebody close to you that can kind of make all this, put this package together and make it happen. Because once you do it once, then you know the route, and then you just toss it back over into the next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think it ties into at the same time for us. It's been so organic. We've just been taking everything as it comes.
Yeah.
And as you're talking about this stuff, believe me, it makes me think, if we do want to take it to the next level, we really got to start thinking in terms of the plan and all that. So
very perceptive. Definitely. And that's the line that everybody walks. It's like we are having such a good time and we want to keep it right where it is, but it's up to you, because everybody does it for a different reason, And if you did want to flip into that kind of a business model, which is where a lot of the labels are today that are promoting new bands, then it's there for you whenever you're ready. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just look at it like that. Yeah. But this is a great story. I love it. I love it. It is, right? I know, the sticky business side, but you can have fun with it. You never know. You never know. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting things going on today in the DIY, and you guys are very, very true. It is a DIY business out there, but you do have social media to be able to reach and to be able to get to know the fans that are there listening. That's a cool part. I like that part. It's really great having you guys on the show, and it's really nice talking to you. What do you have coming out next? Like, what am I expecting next?
Well, obviously, the newest thing is a new bass player.
You'll see a new on stage, I guess. Some crazy hair, most definitely.
That's great.
We're definitely focusing on writing, really, because this first record was a good a good template to really learn how to write. And I mean, it's good having my dad and John's dad in the band to sort of like give it a guideline, teach us who, you know, I was in a band when I was 16 playing out, but really wasn't crazy involved in writing or anything. So having those guidelines and that structure to learn is definitely beneficial. But right now, focusing on,
right? For sure.
Yeah, it's tough.
Do they keep you in line?
Oh yeah.
Well, remember, Jacqueline, I am a drummer, so I constantly push him.
Ryan's a human metronome.
Borderline nag.
I love it. That's great.
I'm like, what Steven Tyler used to do all the time in Aerosmith.
I love that. That's awesome. What's your major influence? Like, who do you listen to that you love in drums? Who's your favorite?
Grassroots, I would say, is to start out was Disturbed. That's the band that really got me into everything. So Mike Wengren's drumming is very it's not flashy. It gets the job done. It's very rhythmic in a sense, very tribal. But nowadays it's definitely progressive metal. Guys like Matt Halpern and Periphery, guys like that. I mean, these guys, they've got licks for days, and I'm not there yet. But one day I aspire to be there.
Oh, well, we'll be watching. Good luck to you guys, and thanks for being part of our independent music network, because we love having you on board with us, and we're looking forward to a really great future for you.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, let's do it again, too.
Our pleasure. Can't wait. Cannot wait. That was Impending Reflections on AVA Live Radio, Behind the Music. You got the whole band in the house, guys. That was Emil and Dave, Ryan, John, and Luke joining us for the Behind the Music series, featuring one of their songs. Very, very cool and interesting. You got to go check out the music video for it. It's over at avaliveradio.com, as well as all their social media links are up there on the page, so you won't get lost, and there's a lot of them, that's for sure.